The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Dante.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Dante and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness, so share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Dante Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Dante Morrison's website, www.dantemorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Dante. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Dante and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What's up, y'all? What's up?
What is it?
What's up? Give it up to Kwame and Pyro for that amazing revamp of our intro and all that kind of stuff.
He did that. They
did that. For those that said they have never seen Kwame, he actually is showing himself on camera, and that is a first, even for me to say. So, yo, kudos to you, Kwame. You did that. You did that. We're loving it. So, hey, Kwame, can you add Dana to the thing? You know, because I forgot to put Dana's name. So, what's up, y'all? I am Donta Morrison, host of the Donta Show, and I could not be the host of the Donta Show without a phenomenal co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, my fellow king, Dana Jane.
What up, lady? Hey, yo, it's us. It's us. You feel me? It is us. Playing with side now. With side now.
What it do? What it do? What it do? So happy Monday. Happy girls. So happy Monday. happy November 1st. We are almost out of 2021. Can you believe it? We're in the 11th month of 2021 and we still have so much to cover, so much to do, so much to accomplish. It is almost Christmas season, so go outside in your garage, your back house, start pulling out those Christmas trees, decorations, start spraying down those lawn reindeer and get ready because it's almost time for Christmas.
Christmas is here.
It's beginning to look a lot like it. So, and also make sure to follow us on YouTube. Go on over to youtube.com/Donta Morrison and check out the Donta Show. Kwame did a phenomenal job.
Yes, he did.
But go to youtube.com/Donta Morrison and subscribe. It will cost you absolutely nothing.
Nada.
So listen, let's get into this. So, all right. So, the Donta Show is all about Black first, Black community, Black power, Black empowerment, Black all that kind of stuff, Black business, Black entrepreneur, just Black. All right, so those that watch the Donta Show are usually within the same mindset. It's all about Black, empowering the Black community, and I'm specific about saying the Black community because oftentimes we have to share, when they say communities of color.
Right.
Communities of color, and that's inclusive of anybody that's not white. Well, we're specific to the Black community. So thank you for just checking us out. If you are an ally of ours, we appreciate you.
We love you.
We welcome non-Blacks. It's no big whoop. So however you identify is all good, but just know that our conversation is focused on the Black community. With that being said, earlier today on Facebook, I posted about a young man, and this young man is facing execution. Julius Jones. All right, Julius Jones is facing execution in the state of Oklahoma. So I put it on my Facebook page, the whole article, the whole story. He is innocent. He has all kind of witnesses saying that he was not at the scene of the crime. They have evidence showing that the person that went to jail for like robbery or something like that, he went to jail, but he had spent the night at Julius's house the day after he committed the murder, and he planted the murder weapon. All right, so we got all this stuff. That shows that Julius was not there and that Julius did not do it. But during his trial, as we know, our wonderful criminal justice system, the prosecutor did not have all the evidence, and they were not showing the jury all the evidence that could have proved his innocence. So here's where I get irritated. I posted it on Facebook to spark conversation, to raise awareness, and it literally sat on my page for almost 2 hours and did not get one like and one comment. All right.
Because of what it is.
Not one like and one comment. But had I posted some foolishness, my wonderful questions of the day and all that kind of stuff, it would have been ablaze. But why are we acting like this is not a life? This is an entire life. This is a young man's life who's been in jail, wrongly imprisoned since 1999. He has been behind bars since 1999 for a crime he did not commit. He has all these witnesses, all this evidence showing that he did not commit it. And now it's in the hands of the governor to grant him clemency. All right. But we have not said anything. I'm not saying you don't know about it or whatever, but it was on my page for almost 2 hours and nobody said what's going on. Let me read more. I don't understand. So basically, in I would say 14 days, if he does not get clemency, if he does not get a pardon, in 18 days, he will be executed. Does that bother you? That is my question. Does that bother you? So here's the other that goes along with it. Kim Kardashian West has spoke up and out about it. There's been a petition about this that has been circulating that has over 1 million people saying, yo, this dude is not guilty. So if he is exonerated or if he gets clemency and all that kind of stuff, and then Kim Kardashian gets spotlighted as being someone that did this, y'all gonna be all in y'all feelings saying we don't need them to advocate for us. Why she gotta advocate for us? Yada, 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 yada. But y'all was whispering crickets today when this was happening. So I'm just saying, I am all about the Black community. I try my best to keep everything that's about us in the forefront. Of course, I cannot cover everything because I have a particular lane that I'm most passionate about. But something like this, just thinking about this young man sitting in jail, has been there since 1999, and he is now waiting for put it out there, a white governor to grant him clemency, knowing that there is so much silence. What's going on? Where is the outrage? Where is the concern? I'm just asking. So, Dana, you want to comment on that?
I think it's a mess. I think it's a mess that, again, that this is getting blamed on him. They have no evidence. They have nothing. All they found was a weapon, his fingerprints, none of that. They have nothing against him. But it's just like they want someone so bad. They don't want to do the work to go and do all of that and find the other boy and all. It's just.
Well, they found the other boy. They both went to jail. So what happened was, and Monique, you're right. Names of celebrities help. They do. But when it comes to us, we want to pick and choose which celebrity voice we want to represent us. So you are absolutely right. Yes, celebrity names do help. They do add some weight. But then we get all in our feelings when it's not the celebrity that we think it should have been. So what happened was the man, the victim, that lost his life, unfortunately, he was carjacked. So he pulled into his driveway with his sister and his 2 daughters. His sister was getting the kids out the car and they heard a gunshot. All right. The sister looked and she saw a black man in a hoodie with a red bandana wrapped around his face. Okay. That's what she saw. Right. That's what she saw. Mm-hmm. So then the guy shot again, trying to shoot her, but they ran to the house. All right. A few days later, they went to to Julius's home, and they arrested him because they found the red bandana and the murder weapon in his home. All right. Now, his family said, yo, he was home all night eating dinner, hanging with us. He didn't go anywhere. But his friend spent the night the next night. Now, his friend was suspected to be the one that actually did the crime. Right. But at the hearing, when he went to trial, none of this evidence was presented to the jury. They even have jurors saying, well, if we'd have known all that, it might have been a different outcome. The jury was not shown the composite drawing that showed the black man that the sister saw. And when you look at the composite, it looks nothing like Julius. Nothing.
But here's another thing. They couldn't have tested the DNA on the bandana that was over his face?
I mean, they could have. Did they?
Hello?
It was a lot of stuff that happened. So the defense attorney is saying the prosecutors, of course, they're always overworked. And this was the first time that these prosecutors had ever tried, a death penalty case. So they're like, well, they were inexperienced for a case of this magnitude. They didn't call any witnesses to the stand. They didn't have any evidence saying that he did it. It was basically all rooted upon what the sister said she saw. Now, black man, red bandana, hoodie. All you saw was his eyes. So this man is behind bars because the sister identified him based upon his eyes. So I don't know. Monique, where was his lawyer? Good question. But I think his legal team was not, it's a different legal team now. But, it was so many gaps up in this case. So it's just like when I talk about this kind of stuff, it's like I would love to see the people that watch my show, know what I'm all about. This is a black man. This is a young black man who's been in jail. He was 18 years old. He was 18 years old when he went to jail in 1999 for a murder he did not commit. Now, the dude that they say committed it, the guy that spent the night, he pleaded and he only got 30 years. And he's already out of jail. He got 30 years and then got out early. And he admitted to some people that never took the stand that he actually did the crime. So that's all I'm saying. Monique, exactly. So right now they're trying to formulate a new trial, but all that is determined upon what the governor says.
What the governor's going to say.
If the governor does not grant clemency, then all of this is a wash. But if the governor is like, okay, yeah, sure, let's try it again, then so be it. So they're trying to do life with the possibility of parole, meaning that he would get out. My thing is this.
But that could be any time.
But if he's innocent, why does he even got to be there with life, with possibility of parole? Let this man free. Let him go.
Right.
Let him out of jail and let's reinvestigate. But the thing is, you got double jeopardy. So now you got the guy that went to jail and served that time. They can't try him again.
They can't try him again for the same
crime.
They
can't try him again. So, of course, you got the victim's family, which I empathize. I totally get it. You want justice for your loved one. So they are saying, we don't want this guy to get out. We want him dead. Do you want him dead or do you want someone dead?
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of times it gets really emotional, and it's like, well, somebody needs to pay for the loss of my brother. Something needs to happen. Even if he's the wrong one, he probably is going to do something.
Right.
That's how some people think. So I just wanted to bring that out here. So let's see what these comments says. So Daryl Walter said, "This is why prison reform is desperately needed and laws need to be changed." I agree. The prison system is modern day slavery. Yes. And we've said that time and time again on this show. Cheryl Bailey has come on and really unpacked that for us.
Yeah.
If he were white, I'm sure more would be done, in my honest opinion. Yes, I agree. We all know that race plays a part in it. He was called the N-word by the cops that arrested him, and he was called the N-word by the legal team. So the N-word was all throughout this. So it's a lot. Williams twins. One, I don't talk politics online, especially since this is our kids' page. Give you that. My mother was murdered by an accidental shooting 25 years ago. Man, feel you on that one. I do not believe in the death penalty for anyone. That is my political stance. I'm not a fan of the death penalty either.
Right, me either.
Because I think the death penalty
is a way out.
It's a way out, and it has killed so many people that did not do anything.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a fan of the death penalty. Joe McClain, when you're black, you're guilty till proven innocent, right? And that proven innocent is very hard to do. It is so hard to do, that proving innocent. And because we don't have the financial means, we're overloaded when it comes to our cases. It's very hard. So that's just my thing.
What I don't understand is all of this stuff that's happening to this young man, all of these trials that are going on and people getting convicted and all of the news, even with R. Kelly. All of this is going on. Can somebody please tell me what happened to all those European people that pranced and walked into the Capitol building? I ain't heard about no trial.
I'm actually saying European people, the white folks.
I haven't heard about no trial. I ain't heard about nobody going to jail, getting nothing.
They're in jail. One of them is in jail. I know the dude that wore the antlers. He's in jail.
You know why? Because he has black homeboys.
It's a few of them that are in jail. I will say a few of them are in jail.
Oh yeah,
they've been scooping them up
slowly
but surely. They not gonna get all of them.
No, but they would have got all of us.
They would have got all of us. But the ringleaders of all this, they're behind bars. We can unpack that, but
I got you.
Yeah, they're in jail. Yeah, he's in. I know they have been doing it where the feds have been going to different houses in different states and whatever, and says, "Yeah, let's get you, let's get you." But it was not no paddy wagon like
right.
They got us. They that came through Compton just scooped up anybody that looked like they didn't like the Capitol and just put them in jail. So yeah, I mean they're in jail. All right, you got to drop, or we going to our?
I do, but this took up a lot of time.
Don't.
No. I'm not. I can do it. I'll do it.
It's up to you. I mean, what you want to do?
Let's go. Right. Y'all know what time it is.
It's time for the what?
The Dana drop. Boom. 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 What's going on, beautiful people? I pray that everybody is in good spirits and good health during this time. Again, we do appreciate you tuning in tonight. We want you to share the video. Tell a friend, tell a cousin, tell anybody. We're on tonight. Check it out. And like Dante said earlier, do us a favor. Go over to youtube.com, hit that subscribe button so we can get our followers up. All right. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of meditation. Those of you that don't meditate, those of you that pray, either one. This is the benefit of it. The benefit, it reduces stress. Stress reduction is one of the most common reasons people try meditation. It eases your mind. It just relaxes you and things like that. And it takes stress off of you, especially during this time with the COVID going on and people passing away and things like that. Everybody's dealing with a lot of stress and depression and things like that. So, that's one of the reasons that trying meditation is good. It controls your anxiety. Meditation can reduce stress levels, which translates easy to less anxiety. Okay. It brings that down as well. Another thing that it does, it promotes emotional health. Stress, all of that stuff on you and stuff like that, stress causes strokes, things like that, heart attacks and stuff like that. So when you try meditation, it promotes emotional health. A lot of people are dealing with a lot. A lot of people were furloughed during this pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs, their homes, their cars, loved ones, and things like that. So when you meditate, it promotes emotional health. It helps you out there. It also enhances self-awareness. Some forms of meditation may help you develop stronger understanding of yourself, helping yourself be the best person that you can be, helping yourself be all that you could be, and pushing yourself to get to that next level allows everyone to see your light shining in you. Because if you don't believe that your light is shining, your light is dim, how can anyone else see that? Let me see. A lengthy attention span. A lot of us have poor attention span. We don't pay attention to a lot of things, and we just here. But when you stress and when you meditate and you focus on what you need to focus on, and you get yourself to that Zen place, stuff like that, it helps you pay attention more to your surroundings and things like that. All right. And here's the last one. And a lot of us need this because it's nothing like having an elderly person or your grandparent or someone like that that's going through dementia, and you're talking to them and they don't know who you are and things like that. It may reduce age-related memory loss. Meditation may reduce age-related memory loss. Think about these things. Think about, just imagine you sitting there talking to someone you've known your entire life, and you've had a whole conversation with them, and they say, well, who are you? All those memories are gone from your childhood. All of that stuff is gone from when you were growing up and your teenage years and, maybe your wedding and things like that. That I pray that I would never have to go through that. But I have friends that have grandparents and uncles and aunts that are going through early stages of dementia and things like that. And the stories that I hear are pretty sad. And we don't want that. So try some type of form of meditation or whatever it is that you do. Like I said, if you pray, if you just exercise, stretch, just take some time for yourself and self-heal yourself. And a lot of us, and we talk about this a lot on our show, mental health. A lot of us in the Afro-American community, especially Black men, we think going to talk to a therapist is soft. I'm not going to tell them all my business. Sometimes you need to go and vent. Sometimes you need to go and talk to somebody and get a lot of this stuff off your chest, because we as Black men are dealing with a lot in this world. We are dealing with a lot. And to keep that stuff bodied in and keep that stuff bundled up inside, it causes stress. It causes heart attack. It causes diabetes. Sometimes we have to go talk. Mental health is so important. And that's one of the things that Donta and I stress a lot on our show. We believe in therapy. We believe in talking to someone, and we believe in self-love and love. And we try to spread that love. So take care of yourself first. Meditate, pray, or whatever it is that you have to do to keep yourself healthy so that you can live a long, lengthy, productive life. All right? That's the Dana Drop, and I'm out.
Boy, that Kwame.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. All right, so listen, are y'all ready? So it's time for our guest on tonight. So I am very excited to have this phenomenal individual as a part of the Donta Show. I have known her, man, for, I want to say decades, but it's been decades. It has been decades. I mean, that's all I can say. So she is someone that I have just grown to love like a sister friend. You know how they go. You know how I go, a sister friend. So I'm going to read her bio. So DeShun R. Jones-Radcliff is a native of Compton, California. She has a BA in criminal justice and is a former deputy sheriff. She is an entrepreneur, an administrator, a wife, a mother. Her passion is helping become and overcome through the love of Jesus Christ. In 2006, DeShun helped to plant the Message Center with her husband, Pastor Dwight Radcliff. So listen, Pastor Dwight Radcliff is the reason that I'm a doctor. Well, not the reason, but he was a part of my dissertation committee, and I love this brother, my brother. She serves as the administrator for the ministry and works closely with the worship team and leading the women's ministry. DeShun's most recent endeavor is Stigma Stomping. That is what we're going to talk about on tonight. Her most recent endeavor called Stigma Stomping, which is a movement to encourage open conversations regarding the stigmas that keep so many people in prison mentally and socially. The initial billboards for the movement are controversial tees and other clothing to help begin the difficult and necessary conversations to destigmatize things so many of us battle. DeShun believes that if we share with others openly and honestly about what's kept us shackled, in time they will develop a level of comfort to share the stigmas they are tormented by as well. It's all about that open conversation and communication. Basically what Dana just talked about. For too long, we have been taught and passed down this teaching that we can't talk about certain things.
Right.
Topics like mental health, anxiety, depression, coping, and stress were considered taboo. Stigma Stomping was inspired by the challenging journeys of her youngest daughter and her oldest brother, and motivated by the love of God in Jesus Christ. DeShun is invested in making life better for all of God's people. Stigma Stomping is about love, acceptance, healing, and freedom. Listen up, Village. Please welcome to the Donta Show for the very first time, DeShun Jones-Radcliff. What's up, sis?
Hey.
Hey.
Are you ready to get into this?
Yes, I was about to try to raise Dana an offering. I was like, yes.
Right.
Like,
listen, that was in his shot time. That was right in there, right there. Listen.
Yeah, so Kwame was right on time. I was like, yes, get it.
Right. Hey, so listen, I mean, living room conversation, let's get into it. I mean, I love the concept of stigma stomping because it is something that me and Dana really are passionate about. Just all the stuff that keeps people bound and locked up. But before we dive into stigma stomping, I mean, let the folks, I mean, I did your bio, but let them hear from you. You know, who is DeShun? What is DeShun all about? I mean, I know you are Delta.
She's a what?
She's a Delta.
A who?
A Delta.
Watch it.
Say what?
30 plus, yes, and proud. Delta, Diamond Life, yes, yes. Okay. Like I said, I'm DeShun. Stigma stomping is a huge passion of mine because I live stigma stomping. But you named all the things that I was, wife and mother and pastor's wife. Lord help me, because I don't have the instructions on that, but we just try to do what we can do because I don't fit in any box. I see a lot of people, my village there saying hello, thank you, I love you guys. But most recently, yes, stigma stomping, it had to come alive. I kind of struggled with this for some years, with the concept of like, what can I do after dealing with my daughter? She was in middle school at the time, and after dealing with her struggling with anxiety and depression. Now that was some years ago, but because I wasn't really in the mind frame to really pull out what really was going on with her, because the church, which I love the church, hallelujah, I love Jesus. But sometimes we need prayer and culturally also, we really were not trained or cultivated to be able to just focus in and know, okay, so this is what this is, you know.
Right.
And so when she had different things going on, I wasn't able to speak a language to give her even a level of comfort to try and pull out words so that I could say, oh, okay, that's what that, okay, that's what the, let me see, I need to get you to somebody else. Because me, I was like, we're taught, okay, it's hormones, it's a phase, it's,
Telling yourself.
you know, and you don't talk about that. Okay, whatever's going on. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that, you know, or some things, you know, you just keep that in the house or whatever. But my daughter was really, really, you know, battling. And I just, and I had struggles as well, but I had suppressed those things and I wasn't going to tell her about those because that's not what I was taught to do.
Right.
Can we unpack that real quick?
Sure.
I think that you're speaking on something that is oftentimes overlooked. How old was your daughter?
She was in middle school, so that was right through the 10 to 12.
Right. And I
yeah.
think that oftentimes, especially within Black communities, you know, we don't acknowledge when our kids are truly going through some kind of mental health challenge, you know, like anxiety, depression. You know, we just tell them to suck it up and keep pushing. Like if a kid is constantly saying, well, I don't feel comfortable going to school because I just get all this anxiety, yada, yada, yada. You'll be all right. Just keep going. Make some new friends. Well, I have problems making friends because I'm not comfortable by myself. Well, that's just a you thing. Well, let's pray about it. You know, and I think that by the time the child becomes an adult, they're so mentally just all over the place that one, they're scared to ask for help because when they tried when they were younger, it was prayed away or talked over or whatever. How did you as a parent accept the fact that your child, you know, had some emotional challenges?
Okay. Well, first I failed because I was doing just the things you were saying. I was like, a peace be still, playing the music,
Right.
and I'm trying to pray it away, and I'm trying to, you know, all of these things. But I actually had to kind of talk it out some with some of my sorority sisters. Deltas, I'm just telling you, they're amazing. But because they were trained in the field, me, my background is criminal justice, so you know. But talking to them. Talking to one specifically, she was able to pull out some of these things that was going on. And I was like, she was like, well, let me talk to her. Or I was like, will you talk to her? So then she could kind of translate to me, okay, this is what's going on. And I needed to get my daughter in front of a mental health care worker. And so somebody who was trained, someone who had the tools to be able to pull out things that I couldn't. And I was kind of embarrassed to do as well because I'm also pastor's wife, so that don't look too bright.
That part,
you know, and I'm supposed to be able to pray and it's going to be fine, but it still wasn't happening like that. And also, you know, my family, you know, 4th generation Church of God in Christ, all that. This just was not. It was not the thing to do. To go outside.
You can't be Kojic with flaws.
Yeah.
No, there'll be no flawed Kojic now.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
We don't do that. And I liked what Romelia Fisher, I hope I said the name right, just said sometimes they don't have the language to describe what they are feeling. And I think that is true. Talking about our kids, you know, they're telling us what's wrong, but the words may not convey in a way we can understand. And Candace just said, so the real words being spoken. I think that is so true. How do we hear what our kids are saying? And I like how you understood your limitations and called on your village and said, yo, mama can pray, but mama ain't no licensed therapist.
Right.
I need more than what I could do. And it was kind of embarrassing at the same time because at the time I'm a stay-home mom. So I'm there and I'm trying to be whatever for everybody. And I usually can swoop in to support, to encourage, to do whatever, to have somebody's back, but I couldn't reach my own daughter. And I'm like, I'm not used to being that. Like I can't do anything. So that was messing with me big time because I couldn't help my own. That was right here with me. So that was rough. And until I had talked a few times, or she has spoken a few times with my sorority sister, and I got to a point where I'm like, I had to talk about my own experience, and then bring some stuff up to her to show her I have some skin in the game, so she'll kind of release her guards, let them down a little bit with me, because she may talk to someone else, but it's still, she wasn't talking to me because I wasn't making it safe for her to talk to me.
You were being transparent.
Yeah. So I had to remind her, remember when y'all were in the room and mommy was in the bed and it was a long time and I didn't want to get out the bed and y'all were just around the bed praying, and daddy was praying and auntie came and all that stuff, but mommy was like, I don't want to open up the windows. That's strange for me because I'm always opening up everything. I want everything open. And I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to, and it was like, then it was kind of a little bit, okay, so yeah, I remember that, but we had not gone into that. And after I had gone through that situation, I wasn't telling people that. So,
right.
It was like I had to change my whole mind as well so that I can help my baby.
Man, you want to say something?
Yeah, I like what Cheryl said too. It kind of goes with what Candace said about the kids and their language and being able to explain things. Kids are human too, and they have real feelings and emotions. And we sometimes, as parents, sometimes we see past that because we're so busy in parent mode. I'm not a morning person. So why can't my son not be a morning person when I'm getting him up for school? He's human too. So in situations like that, it's like, hurry up and get. And sometimes you have to pull yourself back and be like, wait a minute. He has feelings. She has feelings and emotions just like I do. They just don't know how to express them because they're not verbaged enough yet to do that. They don't know how those emotions, like you said, it could be hormones and everything going on. And all of this stuff going inside their body and all that. And they're like, how can I get this out? How can I get this out? How can I get this out? Because, so there's just a lot of things that sometimes adults, they don't know how to talk to children. They talk at them. And when you talk at them, they immediately shut down.
Absolutely. And I shut you straight up.
Yeah. I also think too, you were in such a complex, intersection.
Right.
Wife, mother, first lady. That first lady being the main thing, because first ladies can't be broken, because you got to be the mother to all the kids, and you got to be the queen sister to all the women in the church, yada yada yada. But I like what Tanisha said. Let's normalize Jesus plus prayer plus therapy plus meds. All of that needs to come into play, and I think that will create stronger Christians when we're able to really just be transparent and honest about where we need help. But we got to stop with that catchphrase, praise the Lord, everybody praise the Lord. How you doing? Blessed and highly favored. No, DeShun, how you really doing?
Right.
I want you out to bed.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
How you don't want to get out to bed? You the first lady. You gotta get up. What you mean? You better get up.
Who's gonna pray for the women then, first lady?
Yeah. No, because in all transparency, the month of August and September, I was under a rock. And I couldn't share that with a lot. I didn't even have the energy to do it. But my husband, my family who was right here were trying to help me. But it was like I had to get in therapy, intense therapy. I had to call Tanisha, shameless plug, Natural Born Organizers. I'm like, you need to come to my house. I need everything systematically organized because to my eyes, everything is making me crazy. And my husband is like, I'm watching my wife die. I couldn't, everything that I was able to show up to, what I have explained to people, it was like, I felt like a sloth because I was crawling my way to just present, to just be present at all. But that month, and that's my birthday, my husband's birthday, my anniversary, all that. But the dark cloud, look, I lived this brand. It was like where I could not do hardly anything, and everything I was doing, it was taking so much effort for me to even appear. But therapy, thank God, I need God and therapy. It did help, and just to start talking about it, and it's like, okay, so I live this brand, so I do this, whatever, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, God, what's going on? Because I'm supposed to try to encourage other people. I'm supposed to try to be there and whatever, and and it's like, I'm like, I guess sometimes you have to go through something to make sure you are really authentically connected to this, so that I can present this, you know. And it's like, yeah, that in addition to my brother passed away at the end of last year. And my brother, you know, we're from Compton, so he was a Compton Crip, and he was always, you know, the protector and always down for everybody and the cool guy and all that stuff, you know. But when he was at a point where we were trying to get a medical team together for him, when they were asking us different questions, one of the questions that they asked was, what was he taking for his anxiety and depression, and found out PTSD as well. And me and my sister were like that, like we had no answer to that. And that's the stigma. That's the I'm all this stuff, so I can't tell them. I can't tell my family, my loved ones, you know, the people that are closest to me, even that I'm struggling. I'm struggling. So to make it okay, I'm like, we have got to normalize this. People are suffering in silence. A lot of people are acting like and showing up like they're well and good and everything is great, but no, they're not. No, they're not. So it's like, can a t-shirt change the world? I don't know, but that's all I have right now. So
listen, DeShun, I mean, basically you are, and we're going to go to a quick commercial break. You are the epitome of living in your truth right now, you know, because we have seen so many fraudulent saints, you know, that the world deserves transparency in Christendom. You know, it is time for the saints to say, look, I'm a mess, which is why I need God. you know. So we're gonna do a quick commercial break and come back, and we're gonna unpack stigma stomping, how folks can support this movement, get the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the hat, the coat, the gloves, the communion lap scarf, all kind of stuff. So the Holy Ghost cloth. Holy Ghost cloth. So Kwame, give us a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with DeShun Jones-Radcliff. Welcome back to the second half of the Donta Show. I'm your boy Donta. Sitting next to me is Dana, but across from us is the phenomenal DeShun Jones-Radcliff, who is really game-changing the church. That's all I'm going to say about this. Because I know we talk about the community as a whole, but DeShun, being that you are a first lady, you know, and you are familiar with the ins and outs of the church, it is important that the church begins to grab this mantle of stigma stomping and really get involved, because we have so many hurt and broken people in the church, you know, shouting, singing, dancing, playing instruments, preaching, falling the out. Whole night. Yeah, but they need this stigma stomping. Right. They need it. They need it. I'm just saying, can you imagine everybody walking church one day with a stigma stomping sweatshirt? you know, and then just like, yo, I'm about this movement because we are all broken. So talk about stigma stomping. Like, let's just break that down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my husband's comment talking about he want a communion lap scarf.
Listen, it's your husband. We all know Dwight.
He said he wanted a communion lap scarf.
A communion lap scarf.
That's a hallelujah cloth right there.
That cloth.
Somebody go get one of them sheets.
Right.
Y'all are crazy. Honestly, my first collection, it was catered to the church just to kind of see, because I'm like, that's me. I'm a church girl. I always, you know, whatever. I'm crazy, but I'm a church girl. So it was like I had preaching and still struggling, praying and still struggling, praising. Because do you know how many of us on the worship team are? Look.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
Break them chains, Sasha Cobb. Break them chains.
Let me tell you, saved and still struggling. All of that, because I'm like, come on, church. We gotta get to our people. And a lot of artists, I listen to their music. And I'm like, there's something there. That could be an influencer. You know, I don't know how to get to those people, but I'm like, I can hear it. And I don't know if it's because I can relate to it or whatever, but I'm like, it's so many of us that are in the church. We love Jesus. We have faith in God. We believe but it's still sometimes we can't get it together. Sometimes we're not okay. And it should be okay to say we're not okay. And it should be all right to say, and my therapist this. Now my church, they know me pretty well. We're not huge, but they know I try to be open. I'm okay or I'm not okay. And we definitely promote mental health care. And my husband also, I interviewed my husband. That was my first interview as a pastor. He's preaching and still struggling because there are issues there. And it's like, we got to normalize this. We got to take away the stigma of feeling like you have to be 1,000% all the time and to act like you don't have to talk to anybody or there's no need for any help sometimes, because it's very hard to go through 10 people and not find any of those 10 that has dealt with either anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, isolation, you know, all these things that are really, 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 really diminishing us as people and our culture of people. If we can, please, we're getting so much better, but I hope that the growth continues. So we find out that it's okay. And it's we can talk about that just like we can talk about, okay, well, I hurt my leg.
Right.
Okay, well, I was dealing with this.
Exactly.
Just like that.
And I think
that's my goal.
Because I think Black women especially need to know that we hear y'all, you know, because oftentimes, you know, men are on the forefront of everything, you know, marches, rallies, movements, you know, in the pulpit, it's men, pray for your pastor, pray for this one, pray for that one. Well, the pastor also has a wife. And while the pastor is taking all these bullets and arrows, the wife is over there hurting as well. You know, we don't lift up the first lady. We don't pray for the wife. Then we have all of our Black women who are just basically, for me, carrying the Black community on their shoulders. Because if they're not raising the child alone, they're raising the child alongside a husband that is trying to save a community. You know, so to make sure their husband still stays in a good mental space, they're shielding a lot of stuff from getting to him. Right. You know, making sure the kids don't go bother your dad. Let me help you real quick with this because, you know, daddy got to preach on Sunday, or daddy got to go speak at the White House, or daddy got to go do this. So let me carry this weight. All the while, no one is really checking on her. And then when she calls her homegirl, she's calling another anxious sister who don't have the bandwidth either. Girl, I can't deal with your problems. I got my own. Let me call you back.
Right.
you know. So it's like we have to make sure that our Black queens are getting the help that they need. So fellas, I am charging y'all right now. You know, you want them to be a dime piece. You want them to have the hair, the nails, the makeup, all of that. But are you checking for their mind? Are you saying, maybe, are you in a good headspace today? Do you want just to lay down? I'll take the kids out somewhere and you just lay down, do nothing. You know, we got to make sure our queens are okay because the queen controls the chessboard. You know, she can move all over the chessboard and the king is limited. This, that. Right. But we got to make sure that make sure she's able to move around freely. And I think it's so unfair that we don't talk about women's health, and women's mental wellness enough. So that's why I'm loving Stigma Stomping. And I love the fact that you brought up that your daughter, 12, 13, was dealing with these anxieties when she should have just been a kid.
Right.
And the fact that you can call on your village, your Delta, your Sands. Go ahead. What? Call on that village. So DeShun, how can the Donta Show, the church folks, I see my sister Karima in there getting our doctorates together. Karima, hurry up, Karima. We doing this. How can we take Stigma Stomping to the next level? I mean, I'm going to get my hoodie, of course, but how can we take it to the next level?
Well, the purpose is, like you said, wearing the hoodies, wearing the shirts, encouraging conversations, and sometimes just being transparent yourself. I think that when we're transparent, we allow other people to drop their guards a little bit as well. So the shirts, they're conversational to start a conversation. And if you can start a conversation, hopefully you could get a level of comfort with whoever it is that you're speaking of, and they can get to the point where it's like, we can talk about this and realize they're not alone. Yeah. Why do we think that we're the only ones dealing with whatever when we're not? It's so many of us that are dealing with these issues, but the goal is to get them to get in front of a person who can give them the help that they need. Let's talk about it. So stigmastomping.com is like different t-shirts, and I have so many other things, because when God wants you to do something, he will not let you sleep. I'm writing like this of different things to come out, and I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to put different shirts and different information out there, or encouraging things or whatever about Stigma Stomping as much as I can, because techie I am not, but with an e-commerce store, that's very important. So I'm trying to get things out there and just trying to let us know this is about love, acceptance, healing, and freedom. If you're not free, I'm not free. And allow people to be who they are. Let them know it's okay to be who you are, get the help that you need. And we're going to love you on the other side of you revealing whatever your stigma was. It's okay. But so many of us feel like we're going to be the topic of conversation, or something like that. And then you don't want to say anything, but no, you're not alone. Please get the help that you need, because we're dying. People are hanging themselves. Kids are hurting themselves, and it's hitting all. And it doesn't matter how much money you have either.
Yeah, and that's that just
it doesn't matter, and it doesn't discriminate. So
and when you were talking, I'm looking at Cheryl Bailey's comment about she says her niece has such severe anxiety. The counselor at her school found her crying crouched in the bathroom. What would be amazing is if that counselor picked up the Stigma Stomping hotline, and all these Black queens went up to the school wearing their Stigma Stomping gear and said, "Baby girl, we got you."
Yeah, that's one of my goals.
Because a lot of our young Black kids, we think that all of this civil unrest and all this is not affecting them. They know about George Floyd. They know about police injury. They know about systemic racism, and that is impacting them. That is affecting them to the core. But sometimes we get so caught up in our rallying about the issue that we forget to check on our babies. And it comes out in different ways. And we think they're acting up, for something else. No, they're acting up because they're scared. They have anxiety. They see a police car and they get nervous. Am I next? So right. I think this whole Stigma Stomping movement is phenomenal. It takes me back to when we had the Green Berets. Remember the Green Berets? Walk around, make sure the streets were safe. But we got Stigma Stompers, out there letting these kids know and letting each other know, yo, you good? You good. If you're not good, I'm here with you. We could sit here until you get good. And it takes that kind of compassion. How did this affect, and if this is too personal, just say you my business. How did this affect your marriage? Because I know you're married to a pastor, and a pastor would be like, wife, we gonna fast and pray all day long. Baby, I need to see a therapist. No, you don't. You need Jesus, baby girl. Let me lay hands on your wife.
Rub some of this,
that type of stuff.
Oil on you.
Go get some of that oil out the kitchen. We're gonna pray in this house. I got to get you delivered before Sunday because you got to look good on Sunday morning. How did this affect, change, grow, strengthen your marriage?
Right.
Well, thank God I'm not married to that kind of pastor or that kind of person.
Come on here.
So, because that would have been some foolishness. We saw our daughter struggling we may not have known exactly what to do at the time, but we were both committed to continue to show up, to keep talking. One of the biggest fears was to find my daughter in some uncompromised way where it was too late. We weren't going to allow that to happen. So it didn't negatively affect he and I. We were trying to get together and try to figure out what to do, because we were praying, but we needed more. And we were trying to be there with her, but we needed more. And we were talking, but she needed a different language that she could connect to, you know. So thankfully that strengthened us. We had to pull closer and closer together and also be there, you know, with her and her sister too, trying to help all of us, trying to pitch in to see what could we do. But it was like, after pulling out some information and talking to my soror, and at that time, that was my best friend. I don't know if she was a soror yet, but she is, you know, Karina, that is my bestie too. So it was like, we did not pull apart. We pulled more into each other. That's me and Dwight. So if I can get the message into schools, that is also one of my real important goals. I would love to be able to speak on campuses, because that's where my baby got broke. And it's like middle school, that's where my baby got broke. So if we can start and hopefully deter some lives from having to experience that, and parents from feeling like that, that would be amazing. So
prepare instead of repair. We got to stop coming on the tail end after we get these negative calls. Now, we got to start preparing our kids with honest conversations about life, you know, so they can better understand. You know, Black kids have a different way to navigate all this. They can't get that general, you know, white America construct. You know, they have a whole different path, and we owe it to them to make sure they're prepared, but not traumatized to the point where they're just scared to live. You know, but we got to have these healthy, positive, affirming conversations. Yeah. So we only got 3 minutes left. So let folks know about the website, what's on the website, the items, what can they purchase. Keem is asking about a red one. You got a red hoodie, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Of course you got a red one.
So go ahead, sell it to us. We here.
Stigma Stomping is on Instagram, and we're also on Facebook. Also, stigmastomping.com will take you directly to the store. Crazy enough, I do not have a red hoodie posted, but there will be one by the end of the day tomorrow, because that's like absolutely insane for me not to have that yet. But I've been working on loading things as they come to mind, and I can get them actually on my site. But please support. Please show that you are a safe space for people to talk, and that you will sometimes lock arms in the journey with someone to help them to get to the mental health care that they need. For too long, we've suffered in silence. It's too much out there available for us to continue to do that. So let's love each other just because. Let's love each other beyond whatever the stigmas. We love people because of who they are. I'm connected to your heart, not to whatever else there is. So let's do that. Let's change the world.
And how soon will I get my order? Or will people get their order if they order today, tomorrow? How quick's the turnaround? I ain't trying to wait till January.
No, Dante, it is usually 3 to 7 business days before you get your order, unless stuff is sitting out there on them ships. Now I need to talk to my dad to see what he can do to get
that's true.
Carts or whatever out of there. But it's usually a 3 to 7 day turnaround, usually that. And if you contact me and it's not there, I'm going to do something to get your shirts to you. But usually it's 3 to 7 days. That's what it's been, 3 to 7 days.
And let me just shout out your village. I know we got 1 minute left, but I see your husband Dwight up on here. Yeah. I see Shani. Hi, Shani. I see your daughter up on here. I mean, your village is phenomenal. They are watching. Yes. Thank y'all for checking us on YouTube. The YouTube views on tonight have been amazing. So if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure to do so. Go to youtube.com/Donta Morris to subscribe to the Donta Show. You have an amazing, awesome village. And this is we've been talking about since the show started, about the power of community. Yes. We cannot be scared to be transparent amongst our own. Amongst our own, because there are so many similar and shared stories out there. We can all do this together, you know. So I'm about that life. I'm getting my sweaty, my hoodie. You know, then you gonna get yours?
Yep.
You don't get yours, bro?
Yeah.
All right, we getting our hoodies. We gonna support Stigma.
I like the color she got on right there.
We gonna support Stigma.
I like the black and yellow.
stomping. You know, post the link for the merchandise. We're gonna post the link for the merchandise on that YouTube page. We'll make sure it's over there. But it's stigmastomping.com. Stigmastomping.com. If Kwame can show it one more time, that'd be amazing. But you know, hey, DeShun, I love you. I appreciate you. 30 seconds to close us out. What do you want to say?
Just don't be afraid to say something. Don't be afraid to speak up. There's more of us that love you than that don't. We're going to help each other. Community is everything. I love you. Thank you.
Yes. Give it up for DeShun. Y'all give it for DeShun. How we close out? You know, let me let y'all know something. Kwame did all this stuff new on tonight, so we haven't seen anything. So how do we close out? What do we don't know. Listen, YouTube, thank y'all. Y'all blew up on tonight. We appreciate y'all. I see you, Shan, over there. My sis. Dominic, you subscribe. Thanks, bro. Thank you. I appreciate Danisha.
Danisha
We got
in the building.
One Toy Lexi. Come on, One Toy Lexi. A necessary conversation that must continue to ignite. Yes, stigma stomping. Thank you to tonight's guest, DeShun Jones-Radcliff, for being our guest. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Donta_Morrison, Donta_Morrison. Check me out on my IG. Also, check. You got one too? Let me see.
Oh, at DNA716. At
DNA716. And then let's see what else we got.
Let's see. What else we got?
What? Village, we love you.
Y'all.
Thank you, the Donta Show Village. We appreciate y'all. You know, we love y'all for just rocking with us and being committed to the show for the last 2+ some odd years. We thank you. We appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night, we have another phenomenal conversation, another topic lined up. So make sure to come on with us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard. We're good. We are 2 minutes over time. And we're going to close it out now. So y'all know how we go. You got to... What is she doing? Kwame, close us out. We thank you. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh my God. My God.
We got to get him in here to do a live.
We do. He can.
He's out there.
He got teeth now.
No, he don't.
Oh, we love y'all. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Good night.